Hello, everybody. My name is Jerry Michael Combs, and I will be your instructor for English 101 this semester. And in this video, I want to talk a little bit about the Blackboard shell and introduce the course. And I'm having some trouble because I have these glasses with something on them to protect my eyes from the screen because last year I was having a little bit of eye strain and now I'm being distracted by this blue glare. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can get rid of myself. I can shrink the camera there. Maybe I'll put it off screen. And I want to talk about the course. So if you go to the Hazard website, hazard.kctcs.edu, which you've already done this because you're watching this video, and this video is in the Blackboard shell. And you click on My Path, and you click on Blackboard, and you click on Our Course. Now, I have two courses that are 16-week courses. So they're basically the same course. So I'm going to show you one. If you are in Writing 1 section 48Z1, this is the course you will see. If you are in section 45N1, your course will look exactly like this. It just will say 45N1 instead of 48Z1. So if you click on the course, you will see some things you see on this screen that you will not see on yours because I have instructor view and you have student view. So I'm going to change now to student preview. So you'll see exactly what you see when you log into the course. Okay, so this is exactly what you will see when you log into the course. And the first thing you'll notice is Blackboard navigation video. Watch this first. So if you're not familiar with Blackboard, you can click on this video and it will talk to you a little bit about how to maneuver through Blackboard. Then the next thing you'll see is the Start Here syllabus. Start Here module. Each of these little major divisions of the course are called modules, and you'll see this icon for a module, and I have set up our course into weeks. So each module is a different week. And you'll see here the Start Here module, which includes the syllabus, instructor information, tutoring information, and other resources. And it's currently raining here. I don't know if y'all can hear the rain. But when you click on that, you see several different documents. The course information will give you an overview of the course. The syllabus is a very important document for you to look at. So I'm going to click on the syllabus. This will give you some information about the syllabus, and then you can actually read the syllabus for this class. Please read the syllabus very carefully, and make sure you ask me if you have questions. And you'll notice that once you look at something, this little circle here will be filled in. And sometimes if it's not an assignment that you can complete, no matter how many times you go in and read, it will never fill that circle in. So if you have read the syllabus and you've read all of the syllabus and the circle is still not filled in, so this shows half finished, like I've started, but I've not finished with this document yet. But if it for you never fills up, this circle never fills up after you've completed reading that document, you can just click on it and it will mark your document as completed. I don't look at those. I see when you've completed assignments, so that's not important. But if you like to see those things checked off when you've finished looking at them or completed the reading, you can check that if you want. All right. So you can see the course schedule here. If you would like to see the course schedule, the course schedule is set up in weeks. So here are the topics for week 1, for example. Here is an Ed puzzle assignment that's due, and I will tell you more about Ed puzzle assignments in a different video. And then any other assignments that are due that week will be listed in the other assignments. This might be a good document for you to print off, or maybe save onto your computer so you can access it easily. Here's the grading policy that's also in the syllabus. Here's an important document. It's the tutoring services. So basically, we have tutoring services here with professional tutors. These are tutors whose job it is to tutor. That's their only job at the college. Austin Cottle, Richard Ramsey, who is at the Lee's College campus, and E.J. Combs. Austin and E.J. are both at the Hazard campus most of the time. Then we also have something called BrainFuse tutoring. Now, BrainFuse has a writing lab, and it's all online. And you can get someone to look at your essay. And in fact, for your last essay, if you've not used BrainFuse before, there's an optional assignment where you can submit your essay to BrainFuse. But you can submit any of your essays to BrainFuse. All students get 7 free hours of tutoring a semester with BrainFuse. And it's not just writing. BrainFuse has a bunch of different subjects that it can help you with. If you submit an essay to the writing lab for review, it will deduct 30 minutes from your time. And it will be a live person who will be reviewing your essay and giving you feedback. And then there's also something called Schoolhouse. I think that's for math tutoring. So if you're taking a math class, you might check that out. These other resources are good resources for you to take a look at. After you have read the syllabus and the course schedule and the grading policy and instructor information, actually you don't see instructor information here because I haven't opened it yet, because I haven't included this video in it. But let me exit, discard, and then you'll be able to see. So as soon as I open it, you'll notice it's hidden to students. You'll be able to see instructor information. So please watch the welcome video. I'll have a video. There's a picture of me at a Renaissance festival this summer. It was Pirate Weekend, so I was sort of dressed as a pirate. Everyone thought that was a camouflage shirt, but it's actually a treasure map. It's supposed to be a treasure map. But anyway, so you will see this when you go in. Make sure you read this carefully as well. This will give you all the information you need to know about me. Here's some information, an introduction to me, sort of what the things I like to do when I'm not at work. I've been teaching here for 23 years. This will be my 23rd third year teaching here. It tells you a little bit about my education, about my professional interests, and my interests outside of work. Then you'll see the videos here. You'll see hours where I'm available to work with students. So I'm in my office quite a bit. But on Monday, Wednesday from 10 to 12 and 3 to 4, and Tuesday from 4:30 to 5:30, and then Tuesday from 2 to 3, and Thursday from 2 to 4, I will have time where my primary task is to work with students. So you can call me and reach me, or email me and reach me at other times, but those are the best times, because those are the times that I've set aside for working with students. So if you would like to come and visit me in my office at the Hazard campus is Jolly Classroom Center 236H. And at the Lee's College campus, it's the Smith Administration Building 211. You can, but you can also call me. and email me. So there's my phone number for my office, and there's my email address. So I prefer that you contact me through email because I travel from to different campuses. But if you need to call, that's fine. Um, During the week, I will generally respond to emails within 24 hours. But over the weekend, I may not be near my computer. So I may not respond until the next Monday. Um, Underneath this folder, you will find the Composition Cafe discussion board. The Composition Cafe is a place for you to ask questions about the concepts and assignments from class, or just anything you would like to talk about. If we've been talking about a certain concept and you see that playing out in the real world, you might message. A lot of times I have students message that, hey, we talked about one of the ways to appeal to an audience is through emotions. And I saw this ad that I really thought that they were trying to work on my emotions, and I thought it would be interesting to bring up. So you can do that too. There are some semesters when the Composition Cafe is never receives a post from students. There are times when the Composition Cafe is hopping. So either way is fine. I just want you to get answers to the questions that you have. So you can put a question in the Composition Cafe. I may answer it. Another student may answer it. I'll try to get to those as soon as possible, as soon as I see them, and I try to check at least 2 or 3 times a week the discussion board. But you could also email me directly or message me through Blackboard. There's a number of ways. So also you can call me, like I said, or we can have a virtual conference through Blackboard Collaborate. I do have a note about grading and feedback. So feedback provided by me on assignments is an important part of this class. So of course you will use comments I make about your first draft to help you improve your final draft. But you'll use comments that I provide on your final drafts to help you as you write the next essay, right? So feedback is important, and I want you to always make sure that you're receiving feedback and that you check feedback after every assignment is given. Or if we have a discussion board assignment, make sure you read all of the feedback I provide to anyone's discussion board post, not just your own, because that's another way that I deliver information to the entire class. However, for me to give meaningful feedback, sometimes you might think I have your essays for far too long, and you might think, is he ever going to give this essay back? But what I want to do is make sure that I'm giving you meaningful feedback, and sometimes that takes time. So most assignments will be graded and returned within 3 to 5 days from the due date, especially essay drafts. If an essay draft is due on this day, if it's a first draft, usually you have about a week until the final draft is due after you turn in the first draft. So I'll try to get that to you at least within 3 days, but it may take up to 5. I cannot guarantee that any assignment turned in late will be graded in a timely manner, since my obligation is to provide feedback to students who have turned assignments in on time. So if you have questions about this, you can talk to me about it. But basically, if you turn in an assignment late, it goes on the late pile, and I get to late assignments whenever I can, sort of in a first come, first serve basis. Now, I realize that we all have busy lives, and if you need to turn in an essay a day or so late, I usually don't mind. Like, for example, I usually have final drafts due on Friday, but I don't look at them until the next Monday. So if you need to take until Saturday or Sunday to turn those in, that's fine. However, one assignment that I cannot accept late are rough drafts, because I need to get those back to you quickly. So please do not turn in a rough draft late. Be very vigilant about turning in those rough drafts. The good news is it's a rough draft. So whenever the due date comes, turn in what you have. You'll get the credit for turning it in, and then I'll be able to give you feedback on what you have. So even if it's not perfect, or even if you're not finished, please turn in rough drafts on time. All right. So if you, like I said, if you have any questions, you can email me or give me a call. One thing I do want to say is if you put something on the Composition Cafe, everyone will be able to see it. Everyone will be able to see and respond and read. So if you want to talk to me about something that's maybe a little bit more sensitive, or that you just want to be between us, that's totally fine. Make sure you email me that or message me. Do not use the Composition Cafe. The Composition Cafe is for things that you don't mind to be public. All right. So after you go through the resources in the start here, and here you'll see is the Composition Cafe, you'll go to week 1 and you'll just start completing assignments. So the way that I have the class set up, each week you'll have an introduction to the week that is listed on the outside of the module. So each week your task will be listed in steps. This week you will, and then it says what we will do that week, or it will sum up that week in a way. So when you click on the module, you have a list of steps. Some weeks, like week 1, will have several steps. Some weeks will have 1 or 2 steps. Okay. What you will notice is that there are a lot of things to do in this class at the beginning of the semester. Towards the end of the semester, things slack off, and sometimes all you'll be doing is just working on your essay this week, and we don't have any extra tasks. So the course is sort of front-loaded for 2 reasons. Number 1, in order to be able to write essays, I need to give you a lot of information fairly quickly, and then we'll just use that information as we continue practicing writing essays. And then secondly, a lot of times a college course will get very hectic at the end of the semester. And so what I want to do is reverse that. So hopefully when all of your other courses are getting very hectic at the end, this course will calm down a little bit. Okay? All right, so you'll see that, step 1 says to review the syllabus, review note-taking. This class has a lot of reading in it and a lot of video watching. Please watch all the videos. Please read all of the chapters that I ask you to read. Please read all of the lessons, because that's how I'm delivering information to you. So I will assume that you have read all of the information that I've provided, that you've accessed it. So if you continue to use you, or refer to your audience as you, for example, in your essays, I might say, why are you doing this? There is a lesson in week 2. If we go to week 2 and step 1, appealing to audiences, there's a lesson for you to complete, a video for you to complete. There's also a note about using you. So please do not skip any of these different notes or lessons, because they're important. I'll say to you, did you read the lesson about not using you in academic arguments? Please don't do this anymore, right? So I know there's a lot to read. I know that sometimes it can be overwhelming, but each of these, since we don't get to meet in person and talk, each of these different videos and book chapters that I link to, or lessons that I create, like the new note about using you is a lesson I've created. Please read through all of those. Okay. All right. Excellent. And then basically all you have to do is just start completing steps. If you have questions about any of the steps, please ask me as soon as possible. Please see a tutor as soon as possible if you're having trouble. If you're not having trouble, take your essay or take any writing that you do for this class to the tutors as just another set of eyes. Tutors can help you to review your essay, even if you feel pretty confident about it. It never hurts to have someone else look at it. All right? So please try not to get behind, and just let me know if you have any trouble with anything. I really love teaching writing. I love the reason why that I became a professor was so that I could talk about a subject that I love. I love writing, and I love literature, and I love helping students with writing. Ironically, I taught math for several years because I also have a degree in math, which I liked math as well. But this is the whole reason why that I became a professor, is so that I could talk and share a discipline that I love so much with my students. So I'm always willing to talk and answer questions, um, to provide more information, to hear your thoughts about a certain concept. If you want to just call and talk about that, that is great. I am open to all of that. Now, I mentioned one assignment, Ed Puzzle. So let me look at, and I know this video is getting very long. I apologize, but I want to tell you two things quickly. Ed Puzzle is a software, online software that I'm using to deliver some of your videos. So these videos will take the place of like lectures in class. Some of them are a little bit longer. I think maybe one of them is an hour, but you could always pause the video and come back to it. But what Ed Puzzle will do is, throughout the videos, on Ed Puzzle videos, that it will stop you and have you enter things in. Um, but you can access Ed Puzzle through this Blackboard shell. You don't have to ever go to the Ed Puzzle site. So in week 1, there is an explanation of Ed Puzzle. So make sure you take a look at and read that carefully. The other software that we will use is something called Perusall. And Perusall is a software that helps us annotate together as a class. So if you look in week 2, that's our first Perusall assignment. And we have an essay we're going to read called Why Leaves Turn Color in the Fall. So when you click on that, you have some questions to think about. So you might want to read those questions before you start reading Why Leaves Turn Color in the Fall. And then when you click on Why Leaves Turn Color in the Fall, I guess since I have some time, I'll just tell you now about Perusall and Ed Puzzle. So there will not be a separate video. But anyway, when you click on that, you see the essay. And then you'll notice that the Perusall assignment asks you to make at least 5 annotations. So as you read through this essay, if you see something you like, if you see something you want to agree with, or something that relates to your own life, something you want to disagree with, something you have a question about, you can just highlight it. And then Perusall will allow you to ask that question, make that comment. You can put a link in, you can put a picture, you can put a video, you can record your voice. But this is just a way that we can have class discussions without actually having all to be in the same room. Okay. So you have 8 Perusall assignments. And also you were, if you went to the bookstore, you were probably asked to purchase, I think it was like $15, purchase access to Perusall. So I don't want to have this course be the most expensive thing ever, but $15 I think is probably okay. But if you have any trouble with that, just let me know. But when you first time you use Perusall, it will ask you to enter an access code that you got from the bookstore, or it will ask you to pay online. You can pay online if you haven't been able to get to the bookstore yet. That's something different. Perusall has been free in the past, and I really hate that they're charging now for it. But I still think it's useful to us. You can one last thing is that for Perusall, one of your 5 annotations should be a response to a classmate. Should be answering a classmate's question, or agreeing with a classmate and explaining why you agree, or disagreeing, etc. So make sure you read everything. Make sure you access all the videos, watch all the videos. If you have trouble with Ed Puzzle or Perusall, let me know. I don't think you should have trouble. Students usually do not. If you have a question about anything in the class, let me know. And I know, even though I feel like I've been talking very quickly, I've used the almost 30 minutes that is the limit for this video that I want. So I apologize that this has been now almost 25 minutes of me rattling on, but I wanted to give you a an overview of the class. And quickly, I'll say before I leave that the whole point of this English 101 class is to help you become a better writer in the academic community. So some of you may think that you're good writers, and you probably are good writers. Some of you may think you're terrible writers. But if you fall into either one of those categories, I think this class can still help you, because you can be a great writer and not necessarily know the tricks for writing in the academic community. And you can feel like you're a bad writer, but writing academically and writing for your college courses and writing in college can absolutely be learned. You do not have to be inspired to be a great writer of the kinds of things you need to write in college. You just need to put in a little bit of work. And I think we're going to have a great semester. I get really excited about the beginning of the year and the beginning of the semester each time. So just go in and review the resources from Start Here, read the syllabus, read the course outline, read the instructor information, and then just start on tasks. You can work ahead on some things. Discussions, it's probably best for the perusal assignments specifically, and for discussion board assignments to kind of work during the week that they're due, because that's when other people will be working and you can interact with other people better. But other than that, if you'd like to work ahead on some of the assignments, that's fine. Just don't get behind. And just let me know if you have any questions. I'm here, and I will try to not get behind as well. Sometimes I do get behind with grading, but this is a new year, and this is a new semester, and a new me, and maybe I won't get behind this time. But anyway, I think I've covered everything. So let's just get started, and I hope everybody has a great semester.